Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we have one of the most crazy brand new DLCs for one of the bigger PlayStation 5 games that actually might be coming out in the very near future. And as well, that's just a very nice leak first and foremost, but part two, there's actually a really big PlayStation or Sony acquisition, which is actually now pretty much setting up the standards for the future of the PlayStation and also Sony basically just accessory ecosystem. So there's a lot of cool things for us to go talk about. I'm going to bring this on up. So if you guys will stay tuned, relax, and enjoy. And of course, I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments and all this stuff down below, because this is getting a little bit on the juicy side. I'll also be hanging out on Twitch if you guys are bored. Link down below. Follow the Twitter as well. Let's go dive into the video itself. Don't mind the hair. I need to go get a haircut too as well. So first and foremost, let's go talk about this even bigger news, which I'm going to show you guys a clip over here, okay? And this is all in regards to Reset Era. If you guys do not know, Reset Terra is basically like a somewhat leaker slash hacker forum where a lot of folks out there are, well, always watching it. They basically know, number one, that there's going to maybe be leaks, brand new games, announcements, or whatever it might be. If you guys ever notice this stuff, a lot of it ends up on this forum. It's basically the idea of like you have like an Animal Crossing forum, you're going to go talk about Animal Crossing. You have a general leaking forum, you're going to talk about leaks. So the snitch over here, who's been kind of somewhat notorietous, I guess, if that's even the right word, although apparently some rumors have been that they've actually sold the account to as well, so maybe a different source. If you guys do remember, this person's been very, very legit on other prior sources when it comes to, number one, big gaming conventions, big gaming releases, and also a lot of leaks. There's even rumors as well that they were maybe even working for YouTube, because I had a chance to maybe see the videos unlisted first and foremost for events. But there is a very, very intriguing thing in regards now to God of War. Now, as you guys do know, God of War itself was rumored to not have any other DLC as well. Rumored to also just be a full-on done game, unless they want to make like a God of War 3 or do like an Arturus storyline. And apparently, that is not 100% true. Well, we now have this clip over here from the snitch saying,
"My source is reliable, okay?"
So that's always good, I guess. Just, you know, it's nice to see.
It's 100% reliable.
Good.
I know, guys, I know that Sony is working in a project called God of War Ragnarok DLC, okay? I cannot confirm it's going to be.
So, like, if you guys just want to have the quick run through, because, I mean, basically someone is saying, hey, yo, we're working on this, hey, yo, like, whatever, I could say that, make a video really quick, and if people kind of trusted me, in my opinion, it'd maybe go viral on Twitter or YouTube if I just want to be like, hey, guys, there's a brand new Horizon Zero Dawn coming out tomorrow, brand new DLC, whatever it might be. Basically, because, you know, whatever. But I will go and say the snitch ecosystem has been somewhat truthful, and also has a little bit of a merit from the past few leaks they've had. So, like, I'm going to take this a little bit more, obviously, with a grain of salt, but from the source itself. Is apparently the same source, though, of the Ronin. If you guys do remember, there was a big game, like the Ronin game, which is basically the samurai game, very similar to Ghost of Tsushima, that is apparently the same exact source from them. So it's like, at least that was reputable, that was truthful. So we know that there was like a little bit of legitimacy, and if the source is coming from the same exact, like, I guess, I don't know, viewpoint, when it comes to the leak point, whatever the best word for it, that adds a lot more merit, because the leak initially came true. So if you basically get the leak from the same exact source, it would make a lot more sense for it to, well, be true. Also, apparently, it's not going to be coming throughout this year, which would make a lot of sense if it even does come. Once again, take everything with a grain of salt. But if it did come this year, they'd be kind of weird because they have to, number one, market it. They haven't done that. And number two, they'd also be competing with Spider-Man as well. So I just don't think they'd want to do that. God of War was a very good franchise. They'd probably want their own standalone state of play or have a proper announcement, because if they did, it'd probably go pretty viral. I think a lot of people would really like it. Apparently now, in terms of the development stage, is around 60% or so done with development. So just in case you guys are curious on that, and just in case you guys want to know, that means pretty good, especially if like leaks are not popping off. And there was also pictures as well, so that means that maybe some of the maps, environments, and all that other stuff might actually be all out there. And he also does say they're not really sure if this is necessarily a DLC or more so of a standalone expansion, which, if we really have played a lot of video games throughout, well, forever, it doesn't really matter too much. If you have a good, proper, big DLC, maybe it might be a little more on the smaller side, because I typically would imagine a standalone expansion is a little bit more, like, I guess, bigger, more actual effort, more value for your money. Because, I mean, I've sometimes played DLC games. Maybe a good example is Final Fantasy, where I did some of the Final Fantasy 15 DLCs, and they were all right, like they're a few hours each, but they weren't really like a big game for something like, say, a Witcher, where all their DLCs were pretty much standalone DLCs, expansions, what you guys want to go call it. I'd probably put those more towards expansions, my call, because you're in brand new castles and areas and environments and everything else, and it just seems all around kind of good. So, kind of good news. I like this. I like having a chance to see like some big unexpected leaks. And like I said, a lot of folks really weren't expecting too much when it comes to God of War. I myself was not expecting much from God of War. I wasn't expecting anything more, at least for quite some time. So seeing this leak, although not confirmed, we'll have to be on the lookout for it too as well. But I do want to remind you guys, some people are saying that some people sold the accounts too as well. So keep this in mind, although this has been going very viral. A lot of other news sources are keeping touch on it. So I'm touching on it just because, but keep in mind, just because some random person says it online does not mean it's confirmed, does not mean it's true. So, well, either way, we'll go and see. But there was a lot of information, enough back sources that I'm kind of curious on that. So give me your thoughts and comments on the down below. Like I said, not confirmed. Now, part 2, there's also a really big Sony acquisition. Now, for all the business heads out there, this one's a very intriguing one, where Sony Interactive Entertainment to acquire Azuti. Was that wrong? Like Audizies, which is basically the leading audio technology and developer of the award-winning headphones for gaming. So as you guys may or may not know, there was a really big press announcement yesterday. We saw brand new information when it comes to the new Sony headbuds and headsets, and as well, obviously, the brand new PlayStation handheld. So that's very intriguing to see. So I would imagine, especially because also the in-game, in-zone headsets that were also available for purchase for quite some time, in my mind, I'm thinking, hey, yo, this is probably a big deal, and AO, this is probably a, well, I don't know, big expansion. So they're basically buying out this company for them to probably focus a little bit more on growing out their audio line, which, don't forget, Sony is a big company. Like, granted, a lot of the stuff does tie in with PlayStation, such as the in-zone gaming headsets. Those are Sony products, but they're not PlayStation products. But obviously, they're probably used and fine-tuned and have a lot of board meetings and all that to basically make sure everything is all working well, which I think is a good thing. Like, I don't know, the more products, the better, the more options, the better. I love that type of stuff. So, number 1, Sony Interactive Entertainment announced today that it has entered into an agreement to acquire Azuti, Audize, I have no idea how to say it, a leading audio technology brand and pioneer of high-end gaming headphones. The acquisition will strengthen Sony Interactive Entertainment's efforts to continue innovating when it comes to the audio experience of PlayStation games. Azude will continue to operate independently and develop multi-platform products while benefiting from being a part of the PlayStation ecosystem. So I think the big trade-off for this is they probably have things on like their PlayStation press events, those big PlayStation blogs, or a good example on yesterday where they announced the brand new PlayStation handheld, the PlayStation PP. When it goes to that, like, they'll have a chance to introduce these and be like, hey, here's our new product as well. Buy this with your PlayStation, or do bundles as well. We saw a lot of accessory bundles, especially during the PlayStation and Xbox out of stock arcs or the supply shortage arcs. So maybe they have a chance to be like, hey, we'll sell you a PlayStation 5 for $450, but maybe also get a headphone too as well, because we're paying for it. It's our company. It helps you keep in the ecosystem. Maybe next time you'll buy a secondary one, or we can maybe go and sell at cost and try to get people in the PlayStation ecosystem, playing our games, buy new stuff, whatever it might be. It's based in Santa Ana, Calif. Audizy develops award-winning headphones for the professional audio, audiophile, and gaming markets. These headphones use Audizy's patented technologies and unique planar magnetic drivers to deliver an outstanding sound experience to consumers, as well as recording professionals. So they're trying to get like a little bit of everything for the normal gamers and as well for higher end stuff. They go and say it's just a premier brand. They like it. They want to go and have this acquisition highlighting Sony's interactive focuses on innovation and providing the best audio experience to PlayStation players, said Hideki Nishino, Senior Vice President, Platform Experience at Sony Interactive Entertainment. We're excited to bring Audizy's expertise into the PlayStation ecosystem, building on the great strides we've made with PlayStation 5's Tempest 3D audio tech and Pulse 3D wireless headset. Sony Interactive provides Audizy with a unique opportunity to scale our businesses as we continue with our mission to deliver best-in-class headphones and to recording professionals, audiophiles, and gamers. So basically, they're trying their best to be like, hey, we're going to give you guys everything. High-end stuff, middle-end stuff, gamer tier stuff, whatever you guys think might be good. We're going to try to expand out the PlayStation line and see what happens. Now, last but not least, we do also have the Bandai Namco good old nice little game, Armored Core, which is actually, I believe, released as of today, and I've heard very good things about it. Saying the publisher says sales expectations are not on par with Elden Ring, which makes sense. That game was phenomenal, but they do think this will be a #1 brand new Armored Core game, which is also very nice to go and see. So, for them, they're talking about this, where they're like, yeah, this game's going to be good. I've heard good review scores so far, although the game itself might be a little bit more on the niche side, which would make a little bit of sense, but they say it's an opportunity for us to truly expand and widen the audience, mainly because we have all the Elden Ring players that are seeing a brand new FromSoft game or a Bandai game, and they're like, hey, yo, good stuff. I like the last one. It may play similar, might be in the similar genre. I'm not super sure, but we can see how it plays out from there. So they're going to say thanks to Elden Ring from Software has become a seal and a guarantee of quality. So they're basically going to use the leverage for this game to try their best to sell future ones, and they want to have more Armored Cores in the future. And obviously, if you're playing games, you want to make sure they're good. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. Give me your thoughts and comments down below. We have the Twitter and Twitch stream as well. If you guys want to go check that stuff out, I would love to have you guys down there. And I'll talk to you guys all very soon. Appreciate you guys all so much for watching.